Hello everyone. Today I want to give you an idea on what a control system is. Okay. So, in engineering and mathematics, this theory of control actually deals with the behavior of dynamic system. Understood? Now, this dynamical system. What is dynamical system? If we go for physics, as per physics, we can say that any system which can be expressed in form of differential equation, that is as a function of time, is dynamical system. So, what is dynamical system? Any system which can be expressed as differential equation can be said as a dynamical system. And our control theory always deals with the behavior. I will let you understand this thing afterwards, but just look at the objective of control system. The objective of control system is to analyze and design closed loop control system. So what is the objective? Analysis and design. So why should we learn control system? So that we can analyze a closed loop system and we can able to design a closed loop system. That's why we are learning control system. Okay. Next is in your syllabus or as per your curriculum, the control system you have to know classical control as well as modern control. Okay. So this control theory is actually divided into classical control and modern control. As we know, as we have also discussed in our previous class, that any automatic system that we used to see in our house, like an AC or a washing machine, whatever, in them the automatic control is set up by virtue of a digital controller. Now, due to this digital controller, the control analysis and design and everything has changed a lot. But that actually goes on to modern control system. But to learn to understand modern control system, it is better if you at least know the classical control system. Okay. Now, classical control system has certain limitation. That's why we go for modern control system. This classical control system deals with transfer function model. This classical control system deals with transfer function model. Okay, 1 minute. So this classical control system deals with now transfer function model, and this modern control system deals with state space model. Okay, yes, it is writing. So this I actually cannot be able to show the tip of the pen tablet. That's why it's taking time. Pointer option. Yes. So this deals with state space, and this deals with transfer function. These are two important parts. Okay. Now, what is transfer function? What is state space? We will know in due course of time. But at least you know up to this point that is classical control means transfer function and modern control means state space. An analytical tool of classical and modern control are also different. We will know everything, but this classical and as we know that this deals with the design aspect. So in classical control system we used to design with root locus technique as well as frequency response technique. Whereas in modern control system, we used to be design with pole placement theory. Okay, so everything we will discuss afterwards. You just get a glimpse. Now, what are control system components, or what actually control system does? So this is our closed loop control system. What is actually present? There is a controller. What is a controller do? It actually controls the process. Now what is process? Process is the system. Okay, process is that dynamic system to whom you want to control. You want okay. Next, how it happens? It actually happens how the closed loop is formed. The closed loop is formed by virtue of the sensing element. Okay, closed loop is formed by virtue of the sensing element, and these sensing elements take the output and take it to the feedback. You take it as a feedback path, and it is compared in a comparator circuit. Okay, and it is compared with respect to the reference input. Clear? So this is actually a closed loop control system. So what I told, in closed loop control system, what are the components? There is the process or the system which you was, that the dynamical system. This is the dynamical system. Okay, this is the dynamical system which you want to control, and to control it you put a controller. What type of controller? What the design or associated with the controller we will know afterwards. You need to put a controller to get the desired output. What is the desired output? The input going through the process is giving a output, but that is what you are getting, that is not desired. You want something else. So to get that something else, what you have done, you have take the output, take the feedback from it through a sensor or sensing element, putting it to a comparator where this is actually compared. That means what you are actually expecting is not meeting your expectation, that is come here, and you are actually comparing it the reference input, and that is going through the controller. Controller is taking that action so that you can get, you at least go towards the output, what your desired output. Okay, so in this way a closed loop control system actually works. Now the function of any control system, as I have told you in the earlier slide, that we want to get a desired output. Okay, now these desired output can be of two types. Either I have a reference value and I want to get I want to maintain certain physical variable for that, so that that reference value is maintained though there is a disturbance. Suppose I am giving you example. Suppose I am having I want to maintain the value of a voltage at a particular, in a power system, 1 per unit. I am expecting suppose 433 volt, that is equal to 1 per unit. Okay, I am considering it 1 per unit. But due to loading condition, different loading condition or some other different condition, you are getting that is going down. But you want to maintain that voltage. So you need to give certain voltage at that time so that it keep up. So you need to have a certain source that will give that voltage. Now you have to put a control system that will trigger it at that time when the voltage is low. That means what you want to do, you want to maintain a reference level for any circumstances. You want to maintain it. That type of problem is known as regulator type problem. So this is a type of control problem that we used to deal. And another one is tracking problem. So what is tracking problem? Tracking problem is something. Suppose you are in a factory. Suppose in a mill, spinning cotton mill or something. You just moving a thread here, and that you want that in the far away from you, if you move the button at that particular time, from far away without any interference from you, that also move that certain degree. Okay, if you move a regulator here, that should be reflected far away from you. Okay, so that means you are actually trying to capture the position. What position you are changing, that should be followed by in a foreign system without any interference, without any intervention. Sorry, not interference. That is without any intervention. So it should done automatically. These type of problems are known as tracking problems. Okay, these type of problems are known as tracking problems. So these two type of functions we generally encountered in design and a control system. Now here I have given you an example. This is a relevant example where this is basically these and these two are potentiometers. Okay, these two are potentiometers. Now these two, this is reference potentiometer. When you are changing the value of potentiometer, you expecting this is at the far end. This is a tracking problem or position control system. It is position control system, also known as servo mechanism. This is nothing but tracking control problem. Okay, I am just want to give you the clear picture how actually a control system works. Now, this is our tracking control problem. Here, there are several arrangements. There is a motor, there is an amplifier, there is a motor, there is a gear train, actual gear train arrangement. And what is the load? The load is basically these it's a rotary potentiometer. So this what I should say. The potentiometer, a potentiometer should have a end which should vary so that we can get the potential difference. So this is acting as a load here. Okay. Now, if you change this, our expectation is this will be automatically changed. If you change these only, it should be automatically changed. This should be automatically changed. This is our expectation. Okay. That is why this whole system is designed. Now, here you see what are there. There is how it is actually happening. There must be a pulse voltage control. This is generalized block diagram. There is a comparator. There must be an error amplifier. There is a motor. There is a gearbox. There is position sensor. In this way, these actual arrangement can be done in a generalized way. Similarly, again, if you go for dynamical system, if you go for the differential equation of the whole system, if you want to write it in a pen and paper, you can able to get the transfer function model of that system. So in control system, what we do, we take our actual system, we convert it into its physical model. Okay, physical or generalized model. And from that generalized model, we convert them into mathematical model. And from mathematical model, we can get the transfer function model of classical control system. In this way, we deal with control system with physical system and physical or mathematical model. I hope you have understood.